Yeah, what up, YouTube? It's your boy Zah back at you real quick. To all the camaradas, hopefully you're doing well. Hopefully your family's doing well. Hopefully most of you guys are keeping your ass in. A lot of people tend to laugh at my videos and say, like, you know what I mean, like, all this fool Zah talking about some shit that he don't really know about. But it's all about doing your research. That's it. Of course, you're not gonna have all the answers. Of course, you're not gonna know absolutely everything that's going on in the world. But for the most part, if you could just give people a little bit of knowledge on some of the current events, uh, it tends to go a long way. Now, there's some cats that won't be as receptive to that as others, but that's just how authors are. But it's funny, like these same individuals that want to preach against it are the ones that are supposedly the most educated. Supposedly, we'll just leave it at that. But this particular subject is about a lady that got robbed in Los Angeles. She's a Elotera, the ones that sell like the corn on the streets. And what made it so compelling is the simple fact that she was just out there trying to take care of family, which is crazy in a time where everybody's either in hiding up under a rock or not really trying to be outside, but she has no choice. That's how she takes care of her family. And like I said, I didn't want to really cover this right now. I wanted to get it when it was already a little bit old, because I think a lot of people are just getting using this particular story for a photo op. Like, hey, look what I do. And I'm not even trying to get into that category. I'm gonna cover it now because it's due to the unfortunate circumstances of that event. Other shit is now taking place as far as well, I'm not gonna do the cops business, but there's all types of shooting on the street over this particular incident, and I think some people have been pushing for that for a minute, and it's unfortunate that people didn't really take the time to think about exactly uh, what the consequence of their actions are. With already the strained relationship of Hispanics and blacks in Los Angeles, I would think people would refrain from doing stupid stuff, especially at this time. And I'm not gonna excuse it by saying if it would have been for something different, it would have been okay. But supposedly these particular said individuals did it in order to buy something for either their girl or their guy. I'm not gonna say either or, but basically that's what it came down to. And not only did they commit the so-called commit the crime, they put it out there on social media, which is stupid within itself, especially living in Los Angeles, knowing how people feel about their people. And it's just like this is why I find it hard to push peace all the time when people come on here and they're like, you can't be negative. For one, I'm black, and when I see somebody, it don't matter about a man or whatever's in the blood, but for the most part, I'm dark, I'm black. You know what I mean? It's just it goes with the territory, and I have no shame in it. It's a motherfucker got his, whatever. But it's one of those things that you got to really sit down and think about, like when you see people of your race commit certain crimes. And don't get me wrong, man, I'm no saint. I'm not trying to preach to be a saint. I'm just saying, like, you would figure people would think a little bit more before they do things. This dude puts it on social media how he snatches this hyena up, runs her pocket, and the other dude's doing his shit. You know what I mean? In broad daylight. Like that's not only stupidity, that's just asking for issues. And now these particular cats got those issues. Motherfuckers really want their head, and that's just. And I think it's just a combination of people are tired of people thinking they can actually get over on them. Like there's been so many pieces brokered in Los Angeles between blacks and Hispanics, and then you got cats like this that don't really think about the consequence, or maybe they do. Some people just don't care, and that's just the thing. It is, they don't care if it's going to start controversy. They don't care if it's going to start wars, and shit like this have been known to start wars. When you start messing with people's people, shit start getting really hectic. But the reason I really want to get into it is because people have been getting at me and like, hey Zah, won't you cover this? Let me be honest, dog. I have not lost not 1 ounce of love for the homies and for Mexicanos and just for Raza. Period. That's just how I've always been. But I'm also not gonna make this story for a photo op. I'm not trying to blow up and see how you know how should I say how much I am for the people. I've been proving that shit many times over, and I know some people feel I need to continue doing it, but excuse me, allergies kicking my ass. But so I try to do what I can do as far as like pushing the positive. But you know, in situations like this, when you got people just taking advantage of gente that are only trying to take care of their people, that shit pisses me off. So it's hard to push peace and get on here and say the black and brown unity, because in some instances it's like people are not really taking that serious, and you got a lot of youngsters that don't want that. They don't want the peace, they want the chaos, they want somebody that they can victimize. They want to feel as if they can take it out on people when they do certain things. These individuals did a fucked up crime, but what's to come of it? This, it's not like this the first time that somebody has robbed Mexican or Hispanic vendors. It's been done, and a lot of it's been perpetrated by their own race. There's a lot of homies I knew back in the past that used to rob the Eloteros, the Palateros, and because it was a quick come up. Most of them were drug addicts that wanted to come up really quick, but you know, after a while, it did come to a point to where they said no more. You know, ain't no robbing eloteros. If you get caught, you're getting smashed on, and a lot of fools refrain from doing that because they realize that it's not a good thing to victimize your own people. You know what I'm saying? So they got the point. Now, what makes this so strong is that it's another race, but I say some people are using it to push for something totally different. It's understandable you're gonna be frustrated, and I'm sure if we could catch these dudes, that it would be something bad for them. You know what I mean? But until then, it's just one of those things you gotta lay back in the cut and just think about what you're doing. You know, you got some people that are making it more race based. It's not about race. It's these individuals in particular that chose to do something fucked up and thought it was funny, and eventually they're gonna pay for it. But like I'm saying, I just this is for the people that have been covering the shit. It's okay, you know what I mean, to be outraged at the situation. Because when I seen it, I was hot. You know what I mean? I was hot. People could say black or not. It doesn't matter. It's what I run with. So it's like you take you get akin to these people. You know what I mean? It's like, so when you see things of that nature, and especially people just only trying to take care of their family, and you got this youngster that's fitted to the T, it's like, what did you really need to take from this person? But like I said, I'm not no social justice warrior. I'm not on here to do the cop's job. If you want to do something on that level, as far as like, you know, you really trying to get at these guys, you really trying to have these dudes smashed on, then don't put it on social media. DM in fools inboxes that you know with the smoke, and the ones that may be closer to the situation, and do it that way. But actually putting these cats pictures out here and their names, and like, yeah, these cats should get got. You're doing exactly what these 2 5s and these PCs and all these other fools be doing, and you snitching. That's snitching. You don't do that. You don't dry snitch. You don't do none of that. Don't put fools' names out there. Like, it's just it's what you're doing right now that's shaping the thought of a lot of these youngsters that think that shit is okay. It's like when you were younger and your parents told you stop tattletelling. Don't tell me nothing if it's not a motherfucker hurting you or trying to hurt you or trying to touch you inappropriately. You guys are doing the cops' business. They don't have to do it. You guys are running down absolutely every lead and putting it on social media where these cats are at, where they hang. You're not. You're doing the job. You're doing the cop's job. You might as well be an officer of the law. You're doing it wrong. And these youngsters that look up to certain cats are paying attention to this and thinking, oh, so it's okay to put fools pitch on blast. It's okay to put their name out there on social media. It's okay to do this. It's okay to do that. No, it's not okay. If you're a civilian and you don't run with and you've never really associated with gangs, then it's okay. You can do that type of shit. But for these fools that are so-called gangsters, and it ain't no right. You don't do that. And this is not being negative. This is actual. I'm trying to keep you from getting in a situation that you can get caught up. There's certain things you just do not do. You don't do it. You don't do it. But like I said, you guys can do what you want and take away from what you want with that. But if you end up getting smashed over something that you put on social media, understand that I told you so. And it ain't just you got to worry about the big ones. It's like you got to worry about your own homies not liking what you said and taking it to that point. Don't let money and anything, don't let money get you to the point in your own head that you feel as if you are beyond it, because you are not. We must all listen and adhere to certain rules. If you was a gangster, you always gonna be a gangster. Don't matter if you don't bang no more, you are never gonna be a civilian. So stop acting like it. That's all I'm gonna say. And for the homies out there on that 113 getting your buzz down, hey, gracias. I'm gonna get mine for the house. Like I said, I'm gonna stay fit. I'm gonna stay up on it. And when it comes to this COVID shit, hopefully everybody get past. Old motherfuckers like me, they'll probably want to die by it. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. We didn't survive greater things. You know what I'm saying? Lord knows we have. But anyways, on that note, on your boy Zod, hopefully people continue to reach out to the Elotera because she does need it. You know what I mean? It's hard times right now, and not being able to be on the street, she's fearful of what cats could do. And that's the one thing I also wanted to say. Think about it like this. For the same people that you go out and get retaliation on might not even come back to you. They might come back to her. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you got to be careful when it comes to retribution. It's a slippery slope. So think about that. You know what I mean? Financially, look out for her, but the street shit, just let it go until you catch set people. And if you never do, then just refrain from doing certain things because there's no need to be in jail right now, man. But anyways, on that note, I'm your boy Zod, and I'm out.